I think we're looking for a Zoom link that will last for a full hour before we get started. And for more friends, good thinking. We got a good one today.
Just going to give it a couple more minutes for some more people to roll in, and then we'll begin.
Great Machine, Justin, yeah, inviting you guys up on stage if you want to join. Get the whole gang up here. Hoff. This is going to be a very intimate product office hours. We got about one product team member for every audience member.
There's a Zoom link in the stage chat. If it's any during this, we usually go over, kind of show you guys the stuff to bring forward to the DAO from a product perspective, and any questions and answers any questions that we can help answer. Also, feel free up in Bitcoin for Bitcoin, and we came up with a different concepts we've been doing for a while to kind of go over it, but we're super excited about it too, that he's doing for the new web app or conference coming up. So yeah.
Thank you, Diggy. All right, you see how many of you have seen in some of the channels and some of the chats of us talking about accounts and stuff that are basically the same? It's important to know doing now is trying to more accurately on the actual portfolio dashboard. It shouldn't really change anything for you from a UI perspective. It should look almost exactly the same. Where it will change is if you go to Bitcoin, you'll now have this account allocation card, and this will show you all the different accounts you have associated with that asset. And this will give you how much your balance. The other thing that we've added is Ledger Live. It's very similar. We're doing it for Bitcoin, connected to that specific Ethereum account.
It's one of my favorite parts of.
Will they still see account allocation, or will it just natively or just automatically go to native SegWit?
So the way,
fair enough.
When we actually do it, implement it, portfolio, this will take you directly into that asset, that ERC20 asset token, and you'll see the account allocation there. So this Ethereum account is the one ERC20 contract. To see your all of the stuff across the chain and how it's actually correctly represented. Cool. There's
well, okay. Beard's only sharing in one, so
right. In web, keep calling it platform. So it's coming together nicely. It's really cool. It's really interesting to wrap your head around accounts and.
Cool. Feel free.
Weird.
Services work stream. It was kind of a way to figure out from a top level, like just how to access anything that you're interested in that the product or creative work stream is working on. And this is just the starting detailed goals and the proposal that we have for anybody who might be interested in announcing it. But in the meantime, it is an open role. And then in here, we have a link to our product work stream team agreement. And then just links to the various products that we're working on at this moment in time. There's a link to the roadmap, strategy buckets, and then some other assets and resources like brand guidelines and sketch files have, as you guys know, is in the new web app is there. And then a lot of times there are links to the mockups in these specs too. So you can, if you're interested, you can dive in. Pendo products, we love to, tap into the community to help us test the usability of what we're working on. So there's a sign up form and a link out to product specs from when ShapeShift was centralized if anybody wants to see some older stuff. But yeah, this will keep growing and getting. Office hours is the roadmap. So we made some new views. So typically when I show you guys the roadmap, it moved down to the bottom. So we have miscellaneous one, EVM chains. So you can actually now sort this and look at the different strategies and the projects that are going on.
Below 100 automatically. Because otherwise sometimes, so this is just more of a traditional, Kanban board kind of thing where you can see at a glance everything that's either complete. And this is done via a formula data and creates it creates labels based on the status. So yeah, that's really
cool. Thanks. Yeah, Gray Machine is a little bit more advanced in Notion than I am, so he helped a lot with this stuff. Looks very linear, but we have multiple things that we're working on at once, so it's nice to be able to see those other views. Cool. So, just speak to the design QA. Yeah. Okay.
I think that works best if you're cool just hopping onto that page.
Yep.
So this will be pretty short and sweet. Back in centralized ShapeShift, bottleneck, Beard, who was on earlier, I'm such a huge bottleneck. And really, the solution to that is the community, the DAO, and being able to bounty out a lot of these. So website to a larger issue, I think earlier this week it was tickets, and those are being bountied out to the community. This is a great thing because it, of course, involves bottlenecking issues that he needs to tackle. So very optimistic how we can now start handling these. If you do have any interest in helping out with these bounties, of course, feel free to ping myself for months on end.
No, I think you said it right. We'll still be using the Design QA board as a starting point for when we find things or when things are reported. And then Fox McCloud said, free up Beard for large and keep our pace going fast. To go over next, Decentralized J and Willie Fox and myself have been knee deep in this for, I guess, a week or so. I just wanted to pop this up. So this is a freehand. I just wanted to show this quickly. Hopefully it loads. It's pretty resource intensive or whatever. For some reason, it's always slow. So anyway, so here's the whiteboard we use. It's a digital whiteboard where we kind of started concepting and throwing ideas together and collaborating here. And then once we kind of locked in on a couple concepts, we started blowing them out. Purely conceptual at this point. There's a lot of good ideas here, and there's a lot still to work through from the UX and UI side. But we just want thinking of like in a way where we can expand so that it's not, this has been user tested, this is purely conceptual. It would probably change quite a bit as we work through it. But this is stuff that we put together today for today's presentation to the Rari team. Go further.
Really excited about this and excited that we're presenting this to Rari, but we've been really thoughtful in designing this in a way that once we build it for Rari, it'll be very easy for any of these other lending protocols. Therefore, this did not find any great UX, any interfaces that let you borrow from multiple protocols in one order. I think we started working on this Monday morning, basically early stage, of course, draft UI UX, but I'm really proud of it, and I can't wait to show it to the Rari team, because I think we've with all due respect, I think we've built a better UI UX for Rari in just a few days. So epic teamwork, and this is I also want to really commend Justin too, because
so one of the things we wanted to do is in this case, like the person's, let's say they're saying, oh, I want to borrow USDC. And then it would populate this this order to borrow USDC. So for per asset, so whether you're on the supply side and on the borrow, lateral ratio of 80. And then up here too, we just gave us only Rari specific lending and borrowing. But this we thought could be really cool as a way to just come in and explore or earning you could get on your USDT here with this.
You have to jump into each single pool just to be able to see it. This is doing all that heavy lifting, and really, I don't be pretty stoked when they see this, because I think they're a protocol, and their folks see their eyes light up, because I think it's
out or anything like that. Like we're user now has a supply to.
Don't worry about the numbers. Yeah, they're just examples, and we're even talking right now. We have till 4, and we've got some ideas for how we can improve it. Like one thing that's not clear, you can see on the supply side, that's the APY that we're just talking about, making that express both as positive numbers and then leaving the supply green. I don't know, I said viewers, I should say community. I just got off the interview with the viewers.
Yeah, I think making those tags red instead of putting negative is better. I agree with you. A lot of good feedback once we blow it out more and start running user tests. But I think red to show that it's a.
You can make it green if they're earning overall. Totally. I think they're earning. I love colors, and I Beard and Diggy are good balances too because in design.
Cool. Yeah, the tokenomics work stream to take a look at this because I'm sure they're all big numbers people. All right, next up, Gray Machine. Let him take over.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much of a screen. I posted the most current render in rough patches and their weird camera moves, and I mean basically it's to kind of information, but just to get people excited about the Web v2 launch. And I get the current one. I still have an hour and 47 minutes left in the.
Thanks. And honestly, I think your voice sounds good in it.
Okay. I played it for my wife last night, and she's like, "It's like you don't." I mean, I could recut it with a little more pizzazz. I don't know. It's kind of timed to it right now, but you know, it's pretty common. Like with you know, a professional VO talent, you hand them a scratch track and they kind of listen and they kind of voice it and time it to the existing Toasty and Pete to say, hey, do you want I hadn't heard anything as of yet, so we
Radio. So if I can assist with anything, by all means, let me.
Volunteer. So it's always a challenge. Pass it over to
That's where this little rainbow guy came from. We'll be the ShapeShift DAO. It's like just a dumb joke. It's just a dad joke that it's on .com. You guys probably seen this, but we added this little temporary call out to the new web app. That's right. Tap, click resources. You go to this like the Notion board, so you can see all like our DAO resources, which is kind of nice. This is pretty important, actually. It's Dex listings on there. Working on a few other today.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Open it up for any ideas that the community wants to bring forward or any questions that they have, and for the team if they want to jump on the stage. I've seen that before. It's more consistent with our UI and
yeah, there's just the accept version.
Users negative means that you're earning or paying.
You're returning and you're getting a gain, or when you shouldn't take a bond because it's negative, obviously making a gain. So I'm not sure how that would work exactly, or lost.
The standard that's proliferated so far and it get implemented, and once one lending protocol does it, they all copy each other, and these sometimes bad standards can proliferate, and sometimes the right way to do it goes against the kind of the current thing that you're actually getting paid.
First them as far as the colors go. What I would like to do is, yeah, we can go with that route for now. And just, again, we usability test everything. So make some assumptions. And then when we run usability, a conversation opened around that, because I love when we get feedback from the audience and from the community. So cool.
It's ShapeShift to provide, and because we have their ear right now, as well as their community's ear, to put together some draft UI UX, get their feedback on it, and let them know that their eyes definitely lit up. And I think once we can actually paint this picture for them and show them, hey, here's not only a great UX Ferrari, but you know, this will also work for other.
Wish this luck. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to bring, I guess, Lo-Fi Radio back up on the stage if there's no other questions. And thanks.